New year, fresh start. Let's see if he gets it. Many thanks there once again to Ange Postecoglou. You saw very briefly in the sidebar there the lack of greens when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur's result, and this really paints a picture of the form that they're undergoing at the moment. Their only victory in the last 7 games was against bottom of the table Southampton away from home as well. They've taken just 5 points from their last 7 Premier League games with no wins in their last 5 Premier League home games, which is their longest winless run at home in the Premier League since 2008. Sharpie, are they in crisis mode as it is?
Well, they're in a sticky patch. That's
not a crisis mode.
That's for sure. But they can still score goals, Tottenham. I think defensively they've struggled a little bit. I know they've had a lot of injuries with the back four, and it's been a bit of an inconsistent back four. Obviously, the goalkeeper struggled a little bit as well, Fraser Forster. I don't think he's done them any favours, but going forward, they still can be a danger, and they sort of overpower teams early in the games. I think they come out the blocks really fast, and if they can get a goal or two up, then it makes it
But they come out the blocks really fast, but they often concede the opening goal of matches.
They do, because they're probably a little bit too offensive, and this is the argument with Ange, isn't it? He does play sort of hyper-offensive, exciting football, but does he neglect defensively what the team need to do to win football matches? And with the injuries they've had, I don't think that's helped.
Yeah, 7 of their 10 home games. Opening goal in 11 of their 19 Premier League matches this season, including 7 of the 10 home games. The only team that have conceded the first goal at home more often than Spurs is Leicester City in the Premier League this season. That's just giving themselves a mountain to climb every single time they go into a match.
Well, you wouldn't be happy starting a game 1-0 down, would you? And so often, that's exactly where Spurs find themselves very early on. It's interesting because Spurs can defend. Everyone talks about them conceding loads of goals. They can defend. If I was to tell you that away from home this season, in 9 games, they've only conceded 9 goals. They are the best defensive team away from home, Spurs, believe it or not, this season.
I didn't even realise that.
Liverpool have conceded 11 away from home.
Why aren't they able to do it at home when you think
home.
the home advantage and with the new stadium that would be to their advantage?
My feeling is that Spurs, when they play at home, they want to play open, expansive football. And for me, they play too open, too expansive, and they get themselves caught.
Well, at this moment in time, with the injuries and everything, they haven't really got... They've got a fairly small squad depth to start with, but with the injuries, it's becoming even worse. Do they, at this point, make that decision, Carlton, to deprioritise the league and just focus on the League Cup, perhaps?
No, not at all. What they've got... Listen, I know Ange's got his principles and the way he wants to play, but he's got injuries, he's got players out, right?
But I don't think they have a squad to cope for the demands of playing twice a week at the moment.
Well, either way, what he's got to do is at this moment they need to pick up results. So although you have your principles, a bit like Amorim at Manchester United as well, you've got to pick up results. So today, if they go gun-ho, if they don't match up the 3 for that Newcastle have got, who have been absolutely outstanding, Joelinton, Tonelli and Bruno. No. If they don't match those 3 up, if, I think the onus will be on Kolanitsky to drop in there and make a 3. And that's what he should be saying to them, right? Listen, OK, we're not in a good place at the moment. How are we going to get out of this? We've got to grind out a result, right? And then we'll start getting players back. Then we can go back to our offensive play. But even when they play and they're playing well with their offensive play, they're still too open. A Newcastle team that comes here today, right, who are really high on confidence, who are scoring a lot of goals and not conceding goals, if they do not match them up in the midfield and say, right, we've got to try and negate what they bring to the table, they'll get turned over big time.